thanks in part to this great team of ministers, Shirley and Coralie, over this past year in British Columbia, more jobs were created than any other province in the country. More businesses got started than any other province in the country. More people came from across Canada to join us here than any other province in the country, over 65,000 people from other provinces, and more people are working in British Columbia today than ever in the history of our province. They are getting up and going to work every morning, more of them here than ever before. That's because we created a plan. It was called the BC Jobs Plan in 2011, and we stuck with it with dogged determination. British Columbians went to work and worked hard every day and made a real difference in creating jobs all across the province. And so today our economy is strong, it's diverse, and it is growing. Our plan was founded, though, on the belief that we can balance looking after our magnificent environment at the same time that we are looking after opportunities and creating jobs for British Columbians who need them. And today's announcement is an example of that. An investment of $150 million in BC's forests to fight climate change, control wildfires, and create over 3,000 jobs over the next few years in rural BC. The new forests will reduce greenhouse gas emissions like carbon dioxide. And we are also going to seek innovative solutions to help us meet our climate goals at the same time. But let's never forget that the most basic solution is Mother Nature's solution, and that's sequestering carbon in our forests. Planting more trees is good for fighting climate change. And so this $150 million will go to the Forest Enhancement Society of BC so that they can continue their work, which is preventing and mitigating wildfires, improving damaged and low-value forests and wildlife habitat, treating forests to improve their management for the management of greenhouse gases. And the $150 million is another plank in our plan to fight climate change. And we are really just getting started. Over the next 10 years, we're going to invest $800 million in BC's forests. And I think of that as $800 million we're investing in climate change, but also, just as importantly, $800 million that we are investing in working people in British Columbia to make sure that they have a job to go to every day and money to take home to look after the people that they love. In that time, these programs are going to create 20,000 jobs, mostly in rural and northern communities, and it will represent a reduction of 11.7 megatons of greenhouse gases. Just to put that in context, 11.7 megatons of greenhouse gases is more than the total of all the cars, all the trucks, all the planes, and all the motorcycles in this country. It's a very significant contribution that we'll be making to the country's agenda to fight climate change. We have become a world leader in balancing economic growth and job creation with environmental protection. We've been recognized several times by the United Nations, by the World Bank, by the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy, and we didn't have to shut down a single job in order to get there. We want to make sure we support thousands of jobs at the same time that we make sure that we are doing our bit to make the world a better place for our kids. And in this case, 20,000 jobs in rural British Columbia, 11 megatons of greenhouse gases that will be avoided and reduced. That is climate leadership, and that is jobs leadership. And now I'm delighted to introduce to you Jim Snetzinger, who is representing the Forest Enhancement Society of British Columbia, to talk a little bit about, Jim, how we're going to make sure we spend this money well and wisely to make sure as many British Columbians as possible are working.